Now, if you're like me, you don't eat to live, you live to eat. I'm Tom Dalton from the Emmy Award-winning PBS television program Under the Radar Michigan. And if you're a bona fide foodie, you gotta follow me to this place. You know, when it comes to Michigan jams and jellies, I think I just found heaven on earth. Oh!
That's right, we're at the Jampot, a little bakery and jam shop on M26 just north of Eagle River. And what makes this place so unique? Well, these sweet treats are made by genuine Catholic Byzantine monks. If you're eating corporate-made, mass-produced jams and jellies, consider this segment your divine intervention. These heavenly handmade spreadables and baked goods are made by authentic holy men with nothing but your taste buds in mind. When Father Basil isn't tending to holy matters up the road at the monastery, he's here at the bakery helping the other monks make mouth-watering jams and baked goods.
How long has this monastery been here?
We've been here 30 years.
30 years. And what made you pick the Keweenaw Peninsula?
Well, we liked what we saw, and we ordered up some topographic maps. We liked the way the land was broken up and hilly and how it interacted with the lake and the water. And so we decided to pay a visit. We made 7 visits before we actually moved. So we were from the Detroit area, and people told us that we were absolutely insane for thinking about coming to the Keweenaw. They said, but you can cure yourself of the madness. Just go in the winter. So we came in February.
You showed them that you are crazy.
And we loved it. And so here we are.
Well, if you're a spiritual person, the natural beauty up here,
Yes.
it just lends itself to that
That's
lifestyle.
right. And that's why the February visit was actually made our decision. It was sunny at that time. There had been lots of snow, so it was brilliantly white. There was no traffic at all to speak of on the highways, and it was exceptionally quiet. So it seemed the perfect place for monastic life.
Monking.
For monking.
Yes. I have to ask you though, how did you get into the whole jams and jellies thing in the bakery?
We arrived in the fall or late summer. Job number 1 was surviving the winter, so that's what we had to worry about, getting firewood and making sure we had a water supply and all of those very practical things. Once that was done and winter set in, there wasn't much else to do except think. So we put our heads together and tried to think about what we would do to survive. So the only thing we could think of was to do what many other people in the area were doing. That was to pick the wild berries in the summer and to make jam. And we had to throw away quite a few batches before we got some things right. But we made jam, we made jelly, and at that point we started adding baked goods to our repertoire, and well, the rest is history.
What's the most rewarding thing about what you do?
What I do personally is actually the interaction I have with the customers. I have to admit that here we get far many more agreeable customers than I've encountered in other counter jobs. And I think that's simply because people are on vacation, it's a beautiful area, the weather for the most part is great, and they're enjoying themselves.
And look what you're selling.
Yeah.
And the proceeds go to?
To the monastery, they support us.
It's a win-win-win-win.
Well, we think so. It's worked out very well.
The smells in the kitchen and the treats we sampled were absolutely divine. And these gentle men of peace were probably some of the nicest, sincerest people we've ever encountered. If you're looking for the stairway to heavenly jams and baked goods, I highly recommend a pilgrimage to the Jampot.